All right, you guys. So today I want to talk to you very quickly about why maybe you don't actually need another video. So there's a few things to touch on here. So number one, let's say you're actually being really productive and learning, right? Cool, awesome. I mean, like I've been there too. We've all been there, I think. Or hopefully, right? Like watching a bunch of, let's say, self-improvement YouTube videos or listening to a bunch of self-improvement related podcasts. Now, at a certain point, because I think some people get so wrapped up in watching and listening and reading to this content, taking another course, doing another coaching program, blah, 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 right? And they don't actually take any action, and they're just consistently stuck in the learning process and not the applying process to actually get good at it, build the experience, build the muscle at whatever it is, whatever that new skill or new thing is that they want to grow in their life to become like the best version of themselves, right? So I think a lot of people will actually treat self-improvement in the same way that they treat like their video game binge or their Netflix binge, or like when you spend too many hours like on social media or whatever, and then like it's like I woke up now and it's like, oh, I spent a bunch of time doing that, and like where did the day go, right? And you justify it to yourself like, oh, it's just a little bit of relaxing, and I'm learning, I'm being productive, it's all good, like this is all for my betterment. And then at a certain point you realize that people do come up with new, sort of more nuanced points. And of course that can be hard, because only you truly know your life. Although a lot of videos, right, it's hard to find the specific nuance for you, and you have to apply the advice that you're getting to your situation. Right? And so the reason that I'm bringing this up is because you need to learn this stuff and then to start taking the daily steps, the daily action, and not get stuck in just like watching a bunch of YouTube videos, right? Because you're still setting yourself back in terms of the time that it'll take you to accomplish something if you're continuously getting stuck in the learning rabbit hole. That's why you want to do both at the same time. And oftentimes I think, in my past, I was an overthinker. I'm no longer that. And I realized that I wasn't doing both. And I wasn't really making the progress. It's like, okay, well, I kind of get what to do. Like, I understand, how to develop the skill, the things that, like the actions I need to take. And when I started to take the actions, it was like, oh, okay, this is like, even though I get it, actually doing it and being in the situation is hard, right? So I think that's one of the biggest things to take away from this video, is especially if you've gotten into like the self-improvement, self-development stuff, like make sure that you actually start taking action and you're not just watching YouTube videos and podcasts and reading all day, all the things I mentioned before. And at the same time, I think a good cherry on top of this video, I'm going to keep this one short, is, it sort of becomes the equivalent to like doom scrolling on like Instagram or TikTok or something, right? Like boom, 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 like even if it's like whatever videos. Because something like you feel like you're accomplishing something and getting the short-term dopamine, although the results aren't actually showing up in your real life because you're not taking the actions. So it's still a bunch of short-term dopamine instead of the delayed gratification for the long-term reward. And so the goal of this video is to get you to be more aware of that, limit the amount of time that you're on social media for sure, but also like maybe set boundaries around the learning time and the doing time, like the action, the growing, the actual skill, the experience, the hands-on, so you actually develop in that area and not just like learn it and have the concept down in your head. On top of this, whether it's social media or the self-development stuff, either way, just a little cherry on top of this video is I hope that this is the last video that you watch today, at the very least today, maybe even longer. Like you take a little break from watching them so that you can get things done and not get stuck in the learning hamster wheel. You have to do both, right? You have to have the balance of both so you can actually become who you want to be here and not just one or the other. Because the experience also is going to really dominate the learning, because you learn by experiencing it too, right? So hopefully longer, but if this is the last video that you watch today and gets you outside, socializing, in the gym, working on your business, working on the skill, like growing, whatever it is that you really want to accomplish. Like I know that you know deep down. Make this the last video you watch today and go get after it. You got this, bro.